Diabetes. 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 I was losing my ice cream. I was losing my apple pie. I was getting up every 15 or 20 minutes all through the night. I lost all my apple pie. I was scared. Wasn't afraid to die. I was scared. I might have to live a long time feeling like I felt diabetes. And I really wasn't interested in that. Diabetes. I had an unquenchable thirst. See if I'm not right. Diabetes. I was scared to death. I was experiencing symptoms that were strange. Diabetes. I'll start when I was first diagnosed. Diabetes.
Diabetes. It's a very familiar disease, yet a majority of the public does not understand the full scope of how devastating and costly this disease really is. Not only does diabetes affect the victim, it also sends shockwaves felt by the community, economy, and our posterity. With some general awareness and application of preventative techniques, we believe diabetes could be managed much better than its current state.
Diabetes is a disease in which blood glucose levels are above normal. Our bodies turn most of the food we eat into glucose for our body to use as energy to keep our systems running. The pancreas, an organ located in the stomach, produces insulin, which performs the task of removing glucose from the bloodstream and distributing it into cells. When a person is afflicted with diabetes, that individual's body either does not produce insulin or cannot utilize the insulin as well as it should. This causes sugar to build up in your bloodstream, which can lead to very serious health complications. Some examples would be heart disease, blindness, and possible lower extremity amputations.
Diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 accounts for 5% of all diagnosed cases. This is defined by the body's inability to produce the insulin needed to break down glucose. Type 1 is believed to be brought on by environmental factors. Now, this could be an unidentified virus which stimulates an immune attack against the beta cells of the pancreas in some genetically predisposed people. Type 2 accounts for nearly 90 to 95% of all diagnosed cases. Type 2 is when the body produces insulin, but the cells do not recognize it and cannot utilize its function. While type 2 diabetes is believed to possess a strong genetic link, physical inactivity and poor diet are strong indicators of the disease.
For type 2 diabetes, risk factors include old age, obesity, family history of the disease, and physical inactivity. Meanwhile, for type 1 diabetes, risk factors include autoimmune problems, genetic information, geography as influenced by epigenetics, and age. Many other risk factors for diabetes have been researched but not fully proven. Diabetes trends have been alarming scientists, and dietitians worry about the health of future generations of this country. Since 1980, the number of new cases has more than tripled, with 1,568 new cases of the people being aged between 18 and 79. Not only does diabetes affect the life of the individual, but also the economy of the U.S. On average, a staggering $245 billion, 176 of which is direct medical bills, with the remaining amount representing the work productivity loss, is spent each year to combat diabetes.
Both type 1 and type 2 diabetes patients must regularly monitor their glucose levels by taking blood tests. Type 1 patients will often use an insulin pump, which monitors glucose automatically. When the pump detects a high level of sugar in the blood, it will release insulin. In type 2, treatments vary. Medication can be used to assist cells attempting to bind to insulin, which in turn lowers blood sugar. In addition, healthy diet and exercise are always important and will significantly improve the quality of living for diabetics.
One of the biggest hurdles for the treatment of diabetes is preventative measures. Most of the public are not fully aware of the methods of prevention. Experts believe the 5 most important preventative measures are as follows. Get plenty of physical activity, increase your fiber intake, choose whole grains over processed grains, and if you are overweight, then lose the extra weight and attempt to make healthier dining choices when you can.
While diabetes is a very common disease, with hard work, a good support group, and a solid plan, diabetes could be managed in a much better way.